I don't know about you, but 2025 was a horrible year and I'm so ready to move on. So I made some plans for 2026 and I thought we could just discuss them. This is technically a reading vlog, but just chit-chatting, giving you maybe some ideas. Maybe you can give me some, you know, to make sure that it doesn't repeat itself because I can't. So first off, the first book I will be reading for 2026 will be The Caretaker, because We Used to Live Here by this author was my first 5-star of last year in 2025. So, you know, some good things did happen, whatever. But I thought this was a genius idea. This book is not going to be released until I think April. So I do have the advanced reader copy, but I can tell you if it's going to be worth getting, probably, and how quickly you need to get to it. And, you know, I'm hoping that I will just get really excited about reading again. I'm not in reading slump, just a life slump, but this is going to fix it for sure. It's a horror book. I know it's the main character that gets the caretaking job from Craigslist, I think, which is like first red flag, but you know, when you're desperate. And she goes there and, you know, horror stuff happens. I'm so ready. So hopefully that will fix things. But like I was saying, in general, I made some plans because 2025, I have been extremely sick. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's been awful. And maybe I'm turning a corner, or I'm about to, maybe. So that's why I made some plans to just find myself again. I feel like a lot of us have been like in survival mode the last couple of years, and it needs to end because I feel like I'm just bed rotting or doom scrolling, and I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my life. I'm not happy with how things are going, and I realized that there are things I am able to do before I get fully healthy, and I made different levels for each category, okay? So let's get into it. To be fair, it's been brewing for a couple of months, so some stuff I have started and I have things to show you, but some things I really need to get to it. So first category is hobbies. I feel like I used to do everything. I've tried everything, and yet I stopped doing anything, basically university or even like end of high school when things get serious. I feel like I stopped doing anything that was fun. I don't know if it's like punishing yourself, you just don't have time, but do you really not have time? I don't know. Life got to me, it gets to most of us, and I needed to remind myself I can have fun. I'm allowed to have fun. Obviously, I do read. That's why I'm going to do some of that for the rest of the year and the rest of my life, obviously on this channel. But there are other things too. And some of them I can listen to audiobooks as I do them. So, hobbies. Level 1. Things that I can do right now. And I have started, like I was saying. I want to have fun. Again, I'm allowed to have fun, and I need to stop depriving myself of fun that isn't just scrolling. I think the difference for me between like TikTok and YouTube is that on TikTok, I could scroll for an hour and not remember what I've watched. And that is terrifying to me because it feels like a waste of time because of that. Obviously, when you're really sick or you don't feel good in general, it's okay. Like, I'm not blaming myself for any of it, and you shouldn't be too harsh on yourself either, because sometimes that's what you need to disconnect a little bit from your own body that is betraying you. But hobbies. So one thing that I feel like I used to love doing as a kid and that I hadn't tried as an adult was paint by numbers. And I found this kit. Okay, actually, let me show you the kit. It's 4 famous paintings with a black cat inserted into it. And I thought it was hilarious because I have 4 cats and they're either black or black and white. And I could easily transform that black cat into one of mine. So, like you saw, I did start. This is Charlie. He's all black, so like no changes were made. But I have made Charlie, and he's adorable and kind of looks like the real cat, kind of. So I want to do more of those. I'm almost done with the second one. I have 4 to make. I'm not done at all. But this week, this is the plan for this hobby. I want to finish Chunky because he's mostly black. You can't tell. I'll show you when I do the close-up and we do that activity later on in the vlog. But I've painted like 5 white chest hair because he has them and it's hilarious. So yes, I have done the second one, and it's been really therapeutic because it doesn't feel like a waste of time, like scrolling, and I can sure listen to music or audiobooks or nothing or a TV show or something, but just in general, even if I'm still focused on something, you get to a point where you just disconnect and have fun and relax, which very much needed for me. So yeah, that's one of the activities, level 1 for me for hobbies. But in general, like I know people are doing like diamond paintings or people journaling, which I would never share my journals, okay? I'm not someone that does it daily. I feel like I would want to try maybe to do more like habit trackers I've seen that look interesting. But people that literally even quickly show you what they write in their journals, I'm like, are you guys okay? People are going to pause and look because I would. And I don't know if I'm a middle kid, the middle kid. I'm the middle kid. I'm traumatized. People read my journal growing up. So I'm never going to show you that much, but maybe some journaling would be fun. I know some people make them really pretty. I don't think I have that in me, but that's another thing you can do. Puzzles are really fun. I feel like I used to do them a ton and I don't anymore. I've actually never tried cross stitch. I did used to do like friendship bracelets. I would love to do more of those. It could be crossword, just things that are not me staring at my phone would be nice. So that's like level 1 for me. Again, if you have any recommendations of things that you like to do, let us know. Level 2 is where things get serious. These are the things that I feel like I'm on the verge of being able to do again, because I used to have really bad joint pain and it's like pretty much gone. So I feel like I can do those. There are 2 main things for me. First off, music instruments. I used to play piano for years. That's what we want to do again. I played the flute. I played the guitar a bit. I want to go back to playing music. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's engaging. And it's not, again, staring at my phone. Do you want to know what was the moment? It was a couple months ago, but the moment I decided I needed to stop, I was on FaceTime with a friend and I caught myself pressing my screen. Anyone that has TikTok knows that that means you're like going 2 times speed. I tried to make my friend go faster. And that was the moment I was like, wow, Emily, you need to stop. This was such a red flag. Anyway, so yes, music. I want to play music again. I feel like my fingers remember more than like me, but I really want to play again. I miss it. I don't have like a real piano, but I have a electronic one. Same thing. So I really want to start again. Even if it's just a little bit. I don't want to be someone that like makes it super strict, that like you have to practice every day kind of thing. I just want to start rediscovering myself through my hobbies and again, music. Because what's preventing you? And I feel that was my declic also a few months ago. Is that how you say that in English too? Anyway, the moment. The fact that I'm not using my free will. Like we're just living in the moment or just worrying about the future. But I could be doing, like nothing is preventing me from doing these things. I'm preventing myself. So yes, musical instrument, and I definitely want to start playing piano again, but nothing is preventing me from getting a ukulele and learning to play. Nothing. I can't do that. So yeah, that's my first thing at level 2. The second thing I really want to try is knitting. So if you have any like recommendations, I'm sure some of you do knit, please let me know. But I technically kind of know. I learned when I was a kid, but like I haven't touched a needle since. So I want to learn to knit because I love sweaters. I'm wearing literally the most boring one ever right now, but in general, I love fun patterns and colors. And it can be hard to find one that is like the colors that I want, a pattern that I like, a price that I like, materials that I like. So why not spend even more money plus 100 hours doing it myself? Right? I feel like that just sounds like the next step for me. So I definitely want to learn how to knit. And I will have to figure out how to do that with cats if you have any recommendations, because Charlie, again, the cat that I painted already, he loves to swallow strings so he can get high at the vet, and that's a problem. So yeah, I will have to lock myself in a room to knit. And then the last level for that, I'm not ready for that level, but still I can start planning, which like instead of seeing it as a way that, oh, I can't do those things, it sucks, it's things that I can look forward to doing, and like I can see once I'm improving that I can actually do those things. And that would be like sports in general, whether it's even just badminton or tennis, or if yoga or like Pilates, these can be beginner friendly. So once I'm better, definitely on my list. Second category, it's learning, which I feel like is related to books also, because nonfiction books. I feel like, I don't know if you've seen those going around again on TikTok, but curriculums were really popular or have been popular for a while. And I definitely wanted to do something like that a bit. And it's taking a topic and like studying it, because again, sure, I'm not in school anymore, but why did I stop learning? So level 1 would be things like, actually, where is it? In my last book haul, actually, I bought this book about flags and geography because I realized I kept thinking or catching myself saying, oh, I'm just not good at geography. Okay. And you're just going to accept that? Like, you didn't have to learn in school. Okay. And you're going to spend the next 50 years just being bad at it? Just because? So nothing was preventing me from learning. So I bought the damn book and I've been learning it. That's why it's not here, because it's in pieces. I've taped a few of the pages in my bathroom. So every night, you know, I'm brushing my teeth and I'm learning my flags, and I've made some progress. There's no rush. It can take me the whole year to learn them, but so what? I will just learn them forever after that. So again, free will, Emily. So that's, you know, level 1 activity. I've never owned a Rubik's Cube. So I never really learned how to, but how hard can it be? Which that needs to be my mentality. How hard can it be? I can learn. That's not that hard, right? I can watch documentary, which that can be, you know, if you're not feeling super good, there are maybe some topics you're into. You can look those up. Nonfiction books, obviously. So that's definitely like level 1 stuff. Level 2 could be classes online. There are a bunch of universities that offer free classes. You only have to pay if you want a certificate, but you don't need it. You can just watch it. Even your libraries, again, nonfiction books there, but they often are linked to apps like Hoopla. You can watch it on your TV. Like they have the Great Courses, I think that's one of them. That offers either like classes or kind of TED Talks version of topics. You can learn. You can learn. So I would love to do that. I feel like I've loosely did that a little bit the last couple of years. I would take a topic and read a few books, nonfiction books during the year. So I would be able to tell you which ones were the best ones. So I could give you recommendations. But yeah, I wanted to do more of that. Level 3, I'm not ready. Again, level 3, but I would love to learn another language. Because why not? What's preventing me once again? So I speak French, it's my first language, and then reluctantly learn English because it's the international language and we all do. So those are the only 2 I know. But again, why do you have to accept that for the rest of my life I will never learn another one? Why not? I have time. I can do it. It can't be that hard. The question is what? And that's why, again, I have time now to think about it. But I would like to decide what language I want to learn. I feel like this is where I need help. People that learn languages, how? But how do you decide which one? Do you go with what's most practical? For me, it would be Spanish. Or do you decide to just give yourself a really big challenge and learn Mandarin, which I would need actual classes for that, so that seems a bit hard. Or do you go with something that sounds nice? Like I would watch My Brilliant Friend, which fantastic book series if you haven't read it. But I'm trying to finish that series. I had to press pause at season 2 because the girls were driving me nuts, but it's on purpose, so it's fine. But Italian sounds so good. I know it's dialect, but it sounds so good, but I would never use Italian. So like, I don't know. Anyway, I need to decide, but I would like to. So that's like level 3 stuff for me. And then the third category for me would be glow up. And glow up is a very general one. I'm not ready for basically anything on that list, but it's just my life in general, which means, again, rediscovering myself through hobbies and learning new things. I also want to glow up my channel. Last couple of years, again, I've been very, very sick and I've been just posting my bare minimum because I have no energy. There's so many things that I want to do and show and just try and I can't do it. And it's been so frustrating, but it was either post what I can post or post nothing. And like, obviously I wanted to continue posting. I love it. And in 2025, I had to take a few breaks because my health and it sucks. I really missed it. So glowing up the channel when I can. Even my house. I feel like I've done a little bit for the background, but like there's so many more things that I want to do, like decor, some minimal renovations. And again, how hard can it be? I feel like, did you hear there was someone that said that construction is basically arts and craft? And yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I can do it. I replaced my faucet in my kitchen when it broke because the plumber was telling me it was $300 just to show up. And I was like, hell no. So I went to a hardware store. I bought a new faucet for $50 and I checked on YouTube and I did it. It feels really good, actually. So, you know, minimal renovations that I can do myself, why not? And sure, there's also like glow up of me. I really desperately need an haircut. You don't have to tell me. I get comments and I'm like, do you think I don't see myself? I do need layers and like face framing pieces. I haven't spoken English. I've been speaking French for weeks. This is a struggle. But yes, face framing pieces. Yes, I know I need them, but it takes energy to maintain your haircut and I don't have energy. Like no. So I do want to do that. Sure, I want to get back in shape and blah, blah, but like those are things that I don't want to put pressure. This is supposed to be a positive thing. Me rediscovering myself, me allowing myself to have fun. I feel like maybe it says something about me that I should talk to a therapist about, and I won't. But yeah, you're allowed to have fun. Even if you don't have the energy to do all the things you're supposed to do, you're still allowed to have fun. You don't have to punish yourself when your body's already punishing you. So yeah, that's my 2026 kind of big resolution. And I would love for you to participate. I can definitely bring you into my journey. Obviously, this is still going to be a reading vlog, but I want to include more of me. But again, that required energy. That's why my vlogs have been very just to the point because I wanted to still post and it's just what I could do. But yeah, I want to rediscover myself in 2026. I want to have fun. I think you also deserve some fun and would love to talk about it in the comments, like I said. But yeah, the goal for this week, reading-wise, is definitely Okay. I don't want the pressure. You have to read a 5-star, but I feel like I'm going to have fun with this. I know it's like 300 pages. It's the ebook, so doing quotes and everything. That's the only thing about ebooks. It's harder, but I'll take screenshot or whatever and we'll talk about it. I'll try to update you as things go, but I feel this is going to be the kind of book that I will not want to put down because that's what happened with book 1. But yeah, looking forward to this. Looking forward to the year. Hopefully, I'm actually really turning a corner and I will be healthy. And I will be showing you the cats because I haven't been posting about the cats. I know some of you are really sad. Actually, do you want to see? One of their Christmas gift was this bed and I took the cutest picture of Charlie. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? It literally gives me the cuteness aggression when I see it. Unfortunately, it's the only time any of them used it properly and now they just sleep on top of it and whatever. But I have that one picture of him looking adorable. And yeah, I'll update you as the week goes on, and hopefully throughout the weeks I will get better and better and be able to share more. So let's do it. I am ready to spend the evening reading the book now. I'm 6% into it. I did start it earlier because I really wanted to read the first chapter, kind of give you first impression. And it was so good that I am now planning to spend the whole night right here. Okay, I'm not moving. I put on earlier the real cat TV. The cats are loving the squirrels. And that's how I managed to read the first chapter. And it's following the man I think she's going to take care of. And he believes that he has to follow the rights or the end of the world is going to happen. I love that trope of like, you don't know if the person is crazy or if paranormal stuff is actually happening. It's just such a good balance. Although I find that, again, this is not a spoiler, I've only read the first chapter, but I find that it happens more often in movies that turns out they weren't crazy. I feel like often in books turns out it's like actual other humans doing something or like the person is crazy. Like I want the apocalypse to you know, that's usually what I see movie do a lot more. Again, I'm basing that on one chapter. So like we haven't even met the main female character yet, but I'm just saying it's a trope that I really, really enjoy. So if you have any recommendations, books or movies, let me know. But yes, I don't know what the actual rules are yet. Also, because this is an arc and I'm like really early, I'm not supposed to give you like actual quotes or anything because some changes can happen. But I thought it would still be fun to review so I could tell you if it's good or not. I usually yap about other stuff like I just said about, you know, is it true or not? And yeah, you're gonna know with my reaction if it's worth it or not. And I just need to know because I am hoping this is going to be the first 5 stars. So I'm 6% into it. This is the first chapter of the main female character. I need to know, why is she so desperate that she's going to get a caretaking job? I'm assuming in a remote place from Craigslist. Girl, are you okay? So she's definitely not okay. She's definitely desperate for the money. I'm not going to give you too much context, but she is the guardian of her little sister. So they are broke. And the interview, I mean, she gets the job if she wants it. She wants it. The woman gives her a VHS to watch to have all the rules. And what the fuck? I'm just going to say, you got to be desperate, girl. And yep, things are already such chaos. Honestly, I literally cannot put it down. I think I'm gonna try to aim for like reading the first half today, and tomorrow I'm gonna like rush to do everything I have to do so I can actually continue, because so far it is so good. And again, it's still playing with the idea like, is it true? Like, okay, you're following all the rules, but like, is it true? I don't even know what to tell you. This woman is insane. I feel like in these kind of books, it's really often a woman that is main female character, and they're usually kind of a bit mentally unstable, which I understand that it makes the book more interesting. And again, you can play with is this true or not more. But like, this author, I haven't had an issue with the way he writes his female characters, so it's totally fine. It's just very common. I don't know if it's because like even male authors write female characters. I don't know if it's because there are more like mystery thrillers that are like female readers, but at the same time, this is horror. But yeah, all I'm going to say is that she's told that she's going to be responsible unless someone comes back to relieve her. I would be scared that nobody's coming back. Okay, I'm being like vague because I don't want to add any spoilers, but like, are you insane? I know you're desperate. I know it's a lot of money, but that is just terrifying. Nothing has really started that much yet. But you can see the train wreck coming and I'm not okay at all. I need to go to bed. but I can't. I need to continue, but I can't. I need to go to bed. But this girl is already driving me nuts. Are you insane? I am like, I don't get scared easily, but this situation is making me very uncomfortable. So you know it's good, but I'm exhausted, so I'm going to bed. But this is the kind of book that I will read while eating. Like, I feel like lately I've been like distracted so easily, right? We all are. It's easy to just like do other things, scroll or whatever on your phone while you're eating instead. But no, I'm going to be reading every second that I have because I'm terrified. And during the day, it's probably going to be less terrifying, hopefully. But girl, how? No. Like, you know, she's going to not do super well at the job. Like, it makes sense that things need to escalate for things to be interesting. Fine. But it's driving me nuts because, girl, please. I feel like I would be a horrible main character because I will follow the rules. Like, meme. The French is coming out. This is how you know I'm stressed. I'm like, meme, see, even if it sounds stupid, if I get uncomfortable, might as well follow the stupid rules. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to follow them because I don't want, because the what if will drive me nuts. And like, I will start overthinking in the middle of the night. Like, it's... The rules are crazy and she's horrible, okay, at following rules. And yeah, gonna read that during the day, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, because so far it's really good. And I'm glad because the first book, We Used to Live Here, again, first 5-star I gave last year, was really enjoying it. And sometimes, too often really, I'll read a book by an author and the first book I gave them 5-star and after that nothing else compares. It has happened to me so many times with these category, like mystery, thriller, horror. And now it's looking like a second 5-star if things continue. But the ending will determine if it's like a 4 or 5. But so far it's a solid read and I'm so happy. I almost feel like I'm reading it too fast, but I can't stop. I read a couple more pages and I need to say something. The lighting is probably horrible. It doesn't matter. Listen, this isn't a spoiler. I'm going to keep this super vague. But all I'm going to say is that she was told if you fail at doing these things, obviously it's a bad thing. There are 3 envelopes that she has to open. Like, if you fail at this thing, you open this one. If you fail at that next step, you have to open that next envelope. So there are 3 envelopes. And she has to read the envelope, do what it says, and then she will receive a call from someone, and she has to do it. Otherwise, again, you know, the apocalypse will happen. So she's told. That's all I have to say. Oh my fucking God. Basements are the worst, okay? I don't know if it's because my basement is unfinished, so I associate them with creepiness. But any horror books that has a basement, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. What? The actual no, that cannot be true. That cannot, no. Okay, so I'm not supposed to give you exact quotes because the book is not released yet and there might be some changes. I don't even remember if I said so yesterday. Either way, all I'm gonna say is that the whole idea that you have to do certain things for your own well-being, obviously, but also of the whole humanity, and not knowing if the person is crazy, if you are going crazy, if it's true or not. Fascinating. I love it. I cannot deal with the content of this book at this point. I'm like 59-60% into it, and everything is happening so quickly and I don't want to read anymore. Even Shep is like, I'm out. This is getting too creepy. Yeah, I might need to take a little break because I'm slightly traumatized right now. So, Chunk, do you want to say hi? There's a cat in the book. I don't think I've said so. There's a cat. But yeah, you can see me. I've like been melting in bed because I don't want to cope with what I'm reading. I understand that the book is relying on her being, you know, a fragile person in order for everything to be happening, but she's driving me nuts. I know, again, I would not be the right person to be part of a story because I wouldn't act this way, but I am losing it right now. Like, oh my God. Sanity check. There you go. Chip is chill. He does not care. He knows how to follow instructions. I'm for real going to take a break now because I'm like 75% into it. I'm finishing it tonight. Okay, it's happening. But I am so stressed right now. I can't keep going. Anyway, This is what I have to deal with. Thank you, Chunk. Can you hear Claudia in her box? Did I tell you how much she loves boxes? She loves trying to find like really tiny ones. I'll try to insert a picture and like just get in there. Anyway, yeah, the only reason I can actually cope to continue is the cats. They're doing silly things around me, like Charlie's licking the blanket for whatever reason. Claudia's going nuts in the box. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's what I'm going to say. Oh my god. The lighting is probably horrible. I probably should turn on different lights, but I'm in the dark reading. I lock myself in a room because I need to finish this right now. I'm only like 10% further, and girl, I'm stressed. Like, she needs to get it together. I'm losing it. Like, I can't cope. Fuck basements. Listen, I understand that people with horrible instincts make for interesting stories, but girl, you really have to get it together. I hate her right now. I literally hate her right now. Oh my god, girl, please. Okay, so this is ridiculously bright. But I finished a book. I think I'm gonna give it a 5-star. That character, some of the scenes were slightly traumatizing. I absolutely adore, again, the whole like, is she crazy? Is the apocalypse going to happen? Like, what's going on? Is she crazy? Is it real? Is it not? And yeah, I think this is going to be my first 5-star of the year. If you have any recommendation for books that have similar tropes, please tell me. And if you were looking forward to reading The Caretaker after reading We Used to Live Here, yeah, I'm going to buy a physical copy of this because honestly, my main complaint at this point is that I read it too fast. Listen, you saw me, I couldn't help it. I needed to know. But I'm going to reread this book because it was really good. And I want to see, now that I know, I want to know. I want to see again. I need to. Oh my god. That's all I have to say. Oh my god. So personally, I loved it, clearly. And I don't know what I'm going to read now because nothing is going to compare to this. It comes out in April. I think it's the 21st of April. Read it, especially if you loved We Used to Live Here, because oh my god. Pick a movie. I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi. Or we'll go downtown with our best. So I had time to grieve the end of The Caretaker, and I have picked my next book. But first, I wanted to show you updates for hobbies. Did not have a lot of time for hobbies this week, and probably will not for the rest of the week because my main hobby has been shoveling. And it's definitely going to continue the rest of the week. But I did manage to finish Chunky's painting, which I tried to film it. I tried like 2 different angles. I think the last one is better close up. You can't really hear it, but the cats were yelling at me through the door the whole time. So I don't know if it's going to be the best setup, but I will have to endure the cries for attention. But we have Chunky, who is kind of finished. I don't like how the chest hair look. Honestly, I think I probably should have tried to paint the white over the black, but I was scared it wasn't going to show up. So we'll see what I do in the future. But yeah, that is the final but not really version of Chunky looking majestic, and yeah, I like it. I do have to do a few touch-up for Charlie because there were a few spots that I missed, but do you want to see what the page looks like from close? Let me show you. Okay, so technically this is the one for Chunky, but this is what it looks like. It comes with the paper to help you whenever you miss spots, which you will miss spots, okay? I feel like every time, even just miss the color or like you half paint, get distracted and don't realize that you didn't finish it. Anyway, this is the paper that it comes with, and you can know where each color goes, and it's absolutely tiny. So whoever labeled this as beginner friendly, lie. But I am enjoying it. What I do is I clip the painting on a piece of cardboard, and then I just do it downstairs so the cats are not screaming through the door like they are right now. So it's pretty cat friendly, except behind a door, apparently, which I feel like I'm going to have to give my hobbies a cat-friendly portion in the rating I'm going to give them. Because I think I'm going to just casually rate them, like the ones I'm enjoying the most. So far, yeah, it's less beginner-friendly than expected. From up close, it's so tiny, but I like the results. So I'm going to do the 4 and then I'll, decide if that hobby's for me or not. I have been playing the Switch, and I wanted to give you a shout out for the game Tiny Bookshop, because Bookshop, I feel like that's something you guys are going to like. It's a cozy game in general. I'm enjoying it. You're basically new to town. You are going to go from place to place in the town showing the books that you have, and you have to choose the genre you're going to take with you in each spot. And what I like is that they're actually real books. So you have read some of them. I've read a lot of them, and you get a little summary to help you, because some people are going to ask you for recommendations, and they're real books. So it's fun. Some of them are actually really recent. Like I saw R.F. Kuang, I saw Octavia Butler. So some favorite authors. I do have beef with this one dude because he asked me for a recommendation, and I swear it worked for what he asked, but he said no. And it was Becky Chambers, which, like, if you say no to Becky Chambers, you have horrible taste. So far I'm enjoying it. Wanted to give it a shout out. And now my next pick, this is why I wanted to update you. I'm changing plans. I pre-ordered this book because I got a few recommendations from you. I think the main recommendation was because there was a talking cat in there. And like, I feel like I'm becoming a little too much of a crazy cat lady on here. That's not my only thing in life, but still. But I wanted to pre-order it because the paperback was not available until now. And the premise sounds really appealing. And it's Dungeon Crawler Carl, which, that title, I mean, has a fun spine. But the reason I wanted to pick it up is because it starts with the apocalypse and like aliens. So I was like, okay, this is all I need to know. Basically, the apocalypse happened and this guy is forced to participate and do this like TV show, trying to survive with his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut. So I'm like, that's it. This is all I care about. So I'm going to start it right now. I think I'm going to have time to finish it this week. It's like 450 pages. So I have time. I'm going to make time. It is supposed to be funny, which, wanted to put a disclaimer. Funny books can be so hit and miss in general, but I did like John Scalzi, for example. His humor works great for me. He does have actually a book with cats. Oh my gosh, this is going to become a thing. But I do enjoy his books. But if I think Kings of the Wild or The Devils more recently, both of them I couldn't finish them because the humor was not for me. Like, I really was not the target audience. They felt a bit juvenile and like a lot of, can I say on here? Probably not. Eggplant jokes. And yeah, I just really wasn't enjoying them. Almost like casual misogyny at certain points. So I don't know where this one is going to land, but Princess Donut does sound like we should be okay. I read the first chapter. It's like 10 pages. The full name for Princess Donut is actually Princess Donut the Queen Anne Chunk, which I had given a super long name to Claudia, but I can't remember. It did mention that she has killed 2 wasps, which like I think is really impressive, okay? She's like such a chunky little girl, and she's a killer. Okay, I'm not going to spoil how the apocalypse happened because, I mean, nothing this early is really a spoiler, but still. He has to go outside to save Princess Donut because she escapes through the window and goes up a tree, middle of the night. So he goes outside with a coat and like he's in boxers and like wearing like sandals of his ex-girlfriend. So they're too small, and that's when things happen. So yeah, he's stuck wearing that, and the humor with Princess Donut. So far I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna go read this in a different room though because the cats are going nuts. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up, but my gosh. Yeah. I'll update you though, because I think I'm going to enjoy this. Okay, so I made it to chapter 7. Things are happening, and I've just got the confirmation the cat is actually a character, which, cool. We're just going to go into it. I mean, aliens. When aliens are involved, anything could happen, so it makes sense. Okay, so basically there's this dungeon, hence the name, I guess, and they have to attempt to go down each level until level 18, and if they make it out, he gets control back, maybe, of humanity. I'm not sure, but like no one has ever done it, so like good luck surviving. And he has 5 days to make it through level 1, which again, that doesn't sound like it's going to be easy. They do have levels. I'm assuming this is like an RPG kind of book. So it's like literally a video game, but it's televised, so like TV show. It does say in the back that it's like a sadistic intergalactic game show. So basically when you fight, you get experience, you level up, you get equipment. So it's like straight up like a video game. And he did get an achievement called Crazy Cat Lady, which I felt personally victimized by. Didn't I just say I didn't want to be a crazy cat lady? And apparently I am. So far I'm enjoying it. I'll update you probably more like, you know, halfway through or something. So I was peacefully reading with the kitties. Everyone is here. The whole gang is here. Including. So we were very peacefully reading, and now I need to rent. I think I have found my last drop, my limit. I'm gonna finish the book because it's the book come tell. Again, you know, when the French comes out, the story's fine, but this is giving me the ick, like very, very badly. So I need to talk about it. I am at page like 234. And I still don't have a tripod. I swear, I'm gonna install like tripods in every room. Do you wanna film for me? Should I do this? This is not a good angle, it doesn't matter. So page 234. I do need to add some context to be completely fair. So because this is spoiler free also, I'm only going to be using descriptions, physical descriptions of characters. I'm not going to give you, you know, more context than that story wise to keep this spoiler free. However, I'm aware that because aliens are involved, that these characters are supposed to look grotesque. I'm aware. And if you see that in the comment section, I will block you. I'm aware. My problem is that I ultimately always go back to this. At the end of the day, especially this was self-published in 2020. I looked it up before being picked up by a publisher. So these are his words. This is his idea of grotesque. Nobody forced him to write this down. This was his choice. There wasn't even an editor to remove this. I sure as shit was not in that room forcing him to write this. Okay? Now, let me just, the quote. Her naked, ebony body, from her stomach to her neck, was that of a plus-sized human model who has bribed a third-world plastic surgeon into enhancing her breasts well beyond anything could ever be considered normal or sexy, or anything other than what the colossal breasts sat atop the table like a pair of pigs suckling against their mother. Her nipples face downward. I don't even want to continue. Yeah, like, oh no shit, this is a popular show. And I just noticed, because I stopped there, that it apparently goes to say that she had long fake nails, blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm aware that this is meant as something to look grotesque, and he's done that with other characters. Like there was a male character who was like on juice, you know, could not even scratch himself because it was so muscular, the veins popping, the acne popping. Like I get that, but this is the second time, because the first icky moment, yeah, that was another fat, ugly woman of color with horrible breast. It's the second time, so it feels icky. Is it just me? Am I the problem? I could be the problem, but I don't find this funny. And like literally so many descriptions of her ginormous breast. And while I understand the intent, what annoys me, because again, it shows every word in here, is that this is the most grotesque thing he can think of. Twice. A fat woman's breast. A woman of color, specifically, because the first one was, she was Latina. Like, it gives me the ick. It gives me the ick. Like I said, I'll finish the book just to see maybe there is more context or whatever, but it gives me the ick. That's how I feel about, like, humor is so hit and miss, but to me this isn't funny. And like, maybe there's more social commentary coming. Like, it's kind of implied, obviously, because aliens are using stereotypes, I understand. But again, why that? It's aliens, it could be anything. And this is what he chooses twice. So I haven't really chosen official reading goals and challenges for this year. So I think I'm gonna make it a goal to read more books by women, especially women of color, because they wouldn't write that. And clearly this makes me feel like I'm not the target audience. But like, I don't want to be in the same room as the target audience either, you know? Maybe I need the message to be more obvious, more social commentary, because it's very, very, very surface level at this point. Like, it's meant to be light and funny, I understand, but like, to me, this isn't funny. E has gotten skinny, by the way. Like, I know his name is still Chunk, but he is not the chunkiest of the gang. He's actually probably the second skinniest after Charlie. Look how cute you are. You're such a good baby. Honestly, the pair of pigs suckling against their mother is like burned into my brain. Like, of anything you could have written, this is okay. Chunk is like, enough of this crap. Let's talk about me. You're so cute. I finished my second book. So, the last update was kind of abrupt. Listen, I had a lot of opinions in the moment. Now that I've finished a book, to keep this spoiler free but still, you know, address it, I understand that there is more context to it a little bit. You know, ultimately, it is a show, a sadistic show created by aliens. And it's mocking, you know, humanity, the stereotypes. And I get that. And I do think that some of the other scenes work and it makes sense. But I feel like because the context of humanity in real life, it still gave me the ick. It still gave me the ick. With that said, the rest went fine. It did actually went a little bit juvenile with the humor. We did get a couple eggplant jokes, which made sense again with the context, but yeah. Ultimately, I did enjoy the story. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed that he had a moral compass, even though the situation was extreme. I'm not sure video games are necessarily my thing in terms of books. Like, I don't mind playing video games, but like reading about it kind of got a little much for me towards the end. And this is going to be a long series. I don't even know how many books, like 4 are out at this point. So I don't think I'm going to continue because of that. Not even because of, you know, the ick that I got. It just became a bit much, but I hope that, you know, the main character and Princess Donut, the actual, you know, main character, will make it and, you know, save themselves, if not humanity. Oh yeah, see, that is one of the eggplant joke. I don't want to hear about the close-up of a veiny... Yeah, there are more scenes that definitely showcase not even just humanity. Apparently aliens also have some issues. Apparently misogyny is interstellar, you know? And yeah, the ending. Okay, so yeah. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5. Like, it's not a bad book. I am sure plenty of people did not have the same issues as I did. And I can see the enjoyment, the entertainment that it brings. It's not something I am feeling the need to continue, but I'm glad I tried it because I didn't know, like, I haven't read any, like, really RPG, like, you level up, you get the equipment, like, straight up like a video game. So I feel like if someone that is really into video games that wants to get into reading, this would be a great way to go through it because I went through it really fast. It was enjoyable. And then, you know, we have my 5 stars. I think I had a pretty decent reading week. To be honest, I am on some new medication and it's making me extremely sleepy. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to be able to do this month, but you know, hopefully I adapt really fast and hopefully there's not as much shoveling that I need to do because, oh my gosh, I'm dead. I'm trying to catch up on my uploads because I didn't post for December and it's usually the month that I post like 15 videos and I have all my end of the year videos, and I did post my best books of the year and I'm going to be posting my worst books of the year very soon, but I don't know if I should do something else. Like the books that I read in November, I never did a wrap-up. Should I do it now? I don't really want to put it with my January ones just because they would just mix together and it would be easier to just keep them separate because I usually do so many fun videos, but I don't know, I feel like I hated 2025 so much that I really want to move forward. And like I'm posting my best and my worst because that's really important, but if there's anything else you would like me to do, catch up on, I'll try to insert them, either a separate video if needed or include them in reading vlogs because I do still want to attempt to make some because I think they're fun, and if I have the energy, I want to continue because I can keep you up to date with what's happening. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. My video on the screen, I'll put my best books of 2025, and like I said, the worst one is coming. Bye.